North Avenue 52.
Prepare to be crushed by the long dick of the law.
This isn't happening. Everyone look away, please. Nothing to see here.
You can't break those cuffs.
Make him away, Toy.
Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo Chicago, I am Officer Kevin.
I'm Officer Grant. I feel like every week my voice gets like one note lower and yours gets one note higher. That was
Like this. Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast every week.
That's what it's going to turn out to be. You're just going to keep yelling. One of your vocal cords is just going to blow clear out and just all the air is going to explode from your lungs and go 3 octaves higher than you think that it's supposed to go. You won't be able to fix it. That's what happens.
Basically, I'll be SpongeBob and you'll be Patrick.
Just what I've always wanted for this show to be.
Yeah. Let's give a thank you to our guest from last time, Andrew Shanklin. Thank you for returning to the program once again and having a little fun while you're here.
See you in a year.
Yeah? We'll make sure this time it'll be exactly 1 year.
Yeah. It'll be during the big game.
Yeah.
It was before and then after and now during.
But we got a new guest to the Thought Cops family tonight. That's right. Grant, can you believe it? We got Rem Dickman on the show. Rem, how the hell are you?
Oh my God, that was fantastic. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Excuse me, officers. It's so good to be here tonight. Thank you for having me. Thank you for
Yes, thank you.
adjusting to
Thank
my
you.
horrible schedule. But yes, I'm not a comedian, but I hope to have fun.
We all have horrible schedules.
Yes, it's terrible.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We're not either. Well, technically.
I literally just did stand up 2 hours ago.
Oh, look at
Wow.
you. Oh, I did stand up. Look at me. I stand up.
We should be interviewing
And
Kevin.
guess what? Sometimes I sit down. I call it sit-down comedy.
So, Rem, you've been doing the Rich Dickman show for 90-ish episodes. Is that right?
It is. It'll be 93 episodes tomorrow
90
night.
something?
Yes, the Rich Dickman Show. And by the way, congratulations
93.
on your almost 3 years, gentlemen.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, wait, when is that again?
That'll
February?
be, what's today? The 6th? 6 more days.
Wow,
Ooh, I can't wait.
The 12th.
that's awesome.
Rem, you got anything planned for the big 9-3?
Oh boy, I found out that my hairstylist is like a pseudo porn star on Snapchat. So I would like to talk about that for a little bit on our next episode.
Nice.
Define pseudo porn star.
Well, every once in a while.
Cam girl or?
Well, I think she's on her way there. Okay, so if I may just tell the story real quick, because it needs a little bit of the backstory.
Please.
Yeah. Every once in a while you get bored and you search people's names on Facebook and you find them and you just look through, you start, I guess it's called Facebook stalking. I don't know. And then I found...
That's all I do.
Yeah, so we all do it now. I found a Snapchat name and then I started Googling the Snapchat name and I found the TikTok and the Twitter and all this stuff. But the Snapchat is super interesting because tonight, as I was just clicking through all the little pictures that were posted, can I swear on your show here? Are you guys okay with that?
Yes.
All right. So
it's encouraged.
she said I will explain how I made magic water to make my pussy perfect for my soulmate or something. And she was in a bathtub and I was like, oh my God, this person is the one who does my hair and she does a great job too. So, this is all sorts of exciting.
Let's hope she washes her hands before she cuts your hair.
I don't care.
He likes his hair smelling like pussy.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. So that's what we'll be talking about this week. Other than that, we've got the world starting to end out in China. We're going to talk about that. That'll be fun. And what else have we got?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Right. And then we'll make it up as we go along. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
So tell us a little bit about the show in general. Give us the big gist.
All right. So it's so me and Ray. Well, it started with Huel and I, and it was basically Huel telling stories for the 50 episodes that he was on. But now it's more of a back and forth show with my partner Ray and I. Rich Dickman finally made me the actual host of the show. So I've been able to take the reins and actually control it some more. We have some well-defined segments, and we talk about what do we talk about on podcasts these days? All the shit that's going on in our lives, right? And we try to relate that in a humorous way. And we're out there searching for who's our dick of the week this week. Some messed up stories from around the world. Recently, there was an alligator who had the remains of a man who had methamphetamines in his system. And we're just wondering how that happens.
Wait, hold on. Let me guess. Was this in Florida by chance?
It certainly was. All the best stories from Florida or Germany.
Whoa.
Yeah. And we have fun. We have a regular contributor. His name is Mr. Porno Man, and he will submit his offerings, and we will rate and review them. And every once in a while we get a voicemail, which is fun. You know what? It's 90 minutes of me and my buddy talking about nonsense, and it's a good time. To us, anyways.
Hey, we can relate.
Yeah.
You know what? We're in here talking nonsense. That's the biz, you know?
That's really all this is,
you talk
right?
a little shit, you log off. Yeah.
There's so many podcasts these days that it's so hard to be different. So you just talk nonsense and see what happens.
There's too many. There's too many podcasts. I know when I was on, I won the Dick of the Week contest by nominating Ben Shapiro.
Yes, you did.
So then you won?
Yeah, I won.
Okay.
Everyone voted for me. Mm-hmm. I voted for me because I was very confident in my answer. And that episode in particular, you had a porn star guy on that episode too. Is that sort of like a recurring theme? Is just like, hey, look, here's a guy that's a porn star, and my hair cutter lady is a porn star. And
we've talked about 5 porn stars in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a record.
Well, AVN Hall of Famer Swiney is certainly a diamond in the rough. I love that guy. That guy is fantastic. If you ever were worried about turning 50 and being out of shape and still being able to bang hot chicks, just watch Swiney. What I found, Grant and Kevin, is that when I upload my episodes to YouTube and I have just the right titles and the right keywords relating to porn or nudity or big ass, my YouTube views skyrocket. So I think when we do interview porn stars, it does help the show, and we have fun doing it. I'm a very curious person. I like to ask questions.
We've had the same phenomenon here.
Yeah, and so the more questions I can ask, the better I feel about myself, and it's a little more of an interesting show, I think. But yeah, they're all interesting people with interesting experiences.
It's true. It's another walk of life. People want to hear about the stories of those who aren't like them.
Yes, absolutely.
Or people who are exactly like them. It's pretty much one or the other.
What you find is that they're normal people just like you and I.
Except they get paid for doing things that are a lot more fun than my job is.
Well, that kind of depends. They'll tell you, depending who they're working with, right? Like, God, now I feel like some sort of weird porn star expert. That's not That's probably not great.
I brought it up, so fair enough. No, we've discovered the same phenomenon. I think that our Goth Charlotte episode is by far the most popular episode. We got to get her back on.
Unless Rem starts doing porn, which it sounds like he might be on his way. Oh, man. This could be his big breakthrough moment. You heard it here first, folks. This is going to be the biggest episode of Thought Cops history when Rem says that he is going to be... what would your porn name be, Rem?
It would be... We discussed this the last time we had... right before AVN started, we had 2 porn stars on. And it was either going to be Ram Dickman or Dean Dickman. One or the other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I like the first one better, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ram Dickman's pretty good. Yeah, at the very least, you don't have to change the last name.
Right. Why would I want to change my last name?
Built in.
Yeah, it's built in.
It's easier that way, right? Rich Dickman made me change my last name to do the show, so I'm going to leave it like that. But it's funny you bring that up, Kevin, because we proposed to the different porn stars we've had, like if we were to start shooting, Rich Dickman presents pornography, and they're into it. I don't know if they're just playing for the show, but it's like, give us a call. It's like, oh shit.
I too have proposed to porn stars.
Have you?
Is that true?
No, that's not true. I just
called you out, bitch.
Sorry.
We got a little bit of show news of our own. We mentioned it in the past few episodes, but we are active on twitch.tv/thoughtcops. Come and hang out. Sometimes I'll pop on there. I'm trying to get on there more often again. Grant's doing his Bernie Sanders Switch streams.
I tried to do it Sunday, but I was up all day watching the big game, and then up all night watching the big game. And
so that's more important to you.
Yeah.
Than Twitch.
Well, yeah, I was hanging out with like real life friends.
Wow.
Must have been fun. Would have
cool.
liked the invite.
Well, it was all work, people. You want to work with me?
Not really.
Me neither.
Enough work chatter. Let's talk about something else, for God's sakes. Let's talk about our Patreon. Patreon.com/thoughtcops. We got a couple different tiers. We got the $2 tier. That's a little junior baby tier if you don't got enough money. We don't blame you.
A good tier nonetheless.
A good tier nonetheless.
Hey, baby tier. That's the most popular type of thing right now is babies. If you're a baby, you're in.
So if you want to be a baby deputy, the cutest little mascot around, you can donate to us there. You get access to our spin-off show, Fire Bros, which we got another one coming up here pretty soon. And for $5, you can be in the live chats for our episodes here. We'll talk to you. We'll, show you some love, show you a little bit of everything
we'll
we
read
got.
some comments every now and then if someone drops a comment. And we have 2 new listeners in the live chat right now.
Wow! Incredible!
Yes, indeed. And then for $10, you get a ride-along episode, which is just an individualized episode where we talk about whatever you want us to talk about. You just tell us the topic, and we just go off for, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour. Who cares? Doesn't matter.
This is an interesting one because, as I've said in the past, people have weaponized us. They've sent in a picture of their friend and said, "Hey, I know this guy doesn't know who you are, but roast him." So then you get us to talk shit about your weird-looking friend. We roast him,
and then he threatens to kill us.
He doesn't know who the hell we are.
No, but he can find out pretty soon.
It's probably pretty easy to figure it out. But, that being said, we can send somebody an audio file of us roasting your friend or roasting your hometown or whatever the hell it is.
And speaking of audio files, make sure to go to iTunes and give us a 5-star review.
Oh, yeah? That's a good idea.
Yeah. If you leave us a 5-star review, we'll read it aloud on the episode.
So I guess there aren't any right now.
No, you didn't have to bring that up.
Oh, okay, we'll cut that part.
Sir Zero in the chat says $10 and you roast Rem. Absolutely.
Oh boy,
we'll do anything you say.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Wow.
I mean, we might not do it exactly the way that you want us to do it, but we'll do it.
Apparently, they'll actually cook me, Randy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Spitfire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We'll put that apple in your mouth and toss you on a table. Garnish you a little bit.
Boy, that sounds hot.
It does.
So moving right along, though, to a very famous, very favorite segment of the show. Grant, of course, I'm talking about 2 Minutes of Hate.
Oh!
Where we like to blanket punish these things that irritate us, that bother us, that get under our skin. Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Exactly. So, Grant, what do you got for us this week?
I have to start? I hate starting.
God damn it.
I can start.
For God's sakes.
All right, so last week, what was I talking about? The movie Idiocracy.
Uh-huh.
You see something dumb in the news, you go, it's just like the movie Idiocracy. I've only seen one movie. So this week, I have a very similar sort of topic. It's a little more for you history buffs out there that read books and go on Wikipedia and click articles. It's
real quick, a book is like a movie that you read.
Yeah, it's like the script before they do all the acting.
Yeah.
It's a movie in words.
Yeah, a movie in words, no pictures. You got to read.
Some books do have pictures, like Japanese manga.
Jesus. But so some of these people, sometimes they've read some books and they know a couple things, and then something happens in American politics. Doesn't matter what. It could be literally anything. It's usually a bad thing that happens in American politics. Let's say the Iowa caucus, for example. Someone sees the Iowa caucus. Their first response is, this is just like the fall of the Roman Empire. Thanks.
Yeah.
Not as trite of an example as Idiocracy or 1984 or just like Harry Potter, but nonetheless, it's just like,
I have heard it.
Other empires have existed. Just because that's the one that you know, that's like, oh, the Roman Empire fell. They all fell. There were multiple empires. They all had different things that happened throughout all their history. You're just stupid, and you're trying to sound smart, and I get that. But there's other things that you don't have to say the same thing every time.
Right. What about the British Empire?
That boils down to, the British Empire. I pulled up this list on Wikipedia, the list of largest empires, and I can go through them. There's the British Empire, the Mongol Empire, the Russian Empire, the Spanish Empire, the Qing Dynasty. I don't know how to fucking say that. The Second French Colonial Empire. The list goes on. You could pick from any one of those. You'd probably be correct nonetheless.
I feel like if they picked a less common example, the point would not be as salient.
It might be more salient because if they know a specific thing about the reason why the Russian Empire fell, well, I mean, that's a little of an easier one. If they picked like the Spanish Empire and they're like, well, actually in 1104, there was a caucus in a city-state that was similar to Iowa, and this is exactly like that. I'd be like, that's an interesting point. But you just saying that, like, the Roman Empire fell. We all know that the Roman Empire fell. And there's, like, reasons that you don't even fully flesh out that you attribute to it, and most of the time it's just like, because gay people exist. Oh, the fact that gay people exist means that America's gonna fall just like the Roman Empire, and it's like, that's not a thing that makes sense. Anyone following me?
I hear you,
yes.
man. Okay. It's surprising to me that, not surprising really, but it's, people who go straight to Roman Empire, they probably have no idea that the British Empire actually existed and was a thing and it covered most of the world. So when you get to the people saying, fall of the Roman Empire, you can kind of dismiss them immediately, as they probably have no clue what they're talking about and just want to sound intelligent or think they're making a point and they're putting an exclamation point on it and say, yeah, Roman Empire.
And like you said, the British Empire was bigger, took up a larger percentage of the world, and was more recent because America was part of the British Empire.
I mean, the Britons,
I don't know.
The English had India up until 76, 80 years ago. I mean,
they had part of China until 1997.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I think that people, like, they hear a phrase and they're just like, oh yeah, one day it fell. It just fell. That's like people, they read the words and that's all that they get out of it.
We hear Rome wasn't built in a day, but it didn't fall in a day either.
Unless you read that book, the Aeneid, which is the two brothers that built Rome, Romulus and Remus.
Mm-hmm. Remus is my boy. You know what
I'm talking about. Stop trying to make me look stupid over here.
I just know the guy's name.
These people are the same people who they learn a new word and they use it wrong. Like cynical. The word cynical. Someone's like, I was just walking down the street and grabbed an ice cream. I'm cynical like that. So I don't think that means what you think it means, pal.
What the fuck?
People say that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's an example I've heard in the past, but when somebody learns a new word and they just use it as much as they can, even though it's wrong, it's the same type of person.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of these 2 minutes of hate eventually just boil down to like people that say the same thing over and over again with very little thought put into it.
That being said, what's your punishment?
They have to fall down. If you say that, you trip and you fall on your face. It hurts. Maybe you sprain your ankle. Fuck you. Rem, do you have 2 minutes of hate?
I do.
Nice.
I do. I put some thought into this. I even have research too. Okay, so we all know this guy David Hogg, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The Parkland shooting survivor who apparently
Hogue.
Yeah, one of those. And maybe he was in a different part of the building. I don't know. It sucks that he went through all that, and that sucks, right? School shootings are bad.
Yeah.
Shooting people is bad. I understand. Gun control or reasonable gun control is something that we should talk about. I understand. Okay, cool. That's not what I'm talking about here. But David Hogg, on February 5th, he tweeted, Lincoln was a really good president. Again, on February 5th, he tweeted, "We think we are divided today. Lincoln literally had to bring the country back together after an actual civil war where over 500,000 Americans killed each other." Oh my God, wow. Well, you know, Lincoln, great president, right? So a little bit later, all right, a little bit later on February 5th, David Hogg then tweets, quote tweeting, "Lincoln was a really good president. Actually, I was not aware of the scope of how detrimental he was to so many Native American populations. He was not a really good president." Okay. And a little bit later that day, "I thank my indigenous peers that brought my attention to Lincoln's atrocities committed against Native Americans. I am deeply sorry for not acknowledging these crimes that I was unaware of until now. I will do better in the future." Holy shit. This is what the world we're living in now. So we can't even talk about, like, we have to be reminded of all the terrible things people do all the time. Like, I don't know what atrocities Lincoln committed. I do know that he was faced with a pretty tough situation in his term as president, you know, a civil war, and had to do what he needed to do to bring everybody together.
Is Lincoln canceled?
Exactly. Like, are we canceling fucking Abraham Lincoln now because of a bunch of woke people talking about his quote-unquote atrocities towards the Native population? Listen, here's the thing, everybody. Back then, the Native population was treated very badly by everybody. It's not just Lincoln. That's just kind of how it was back then. Is it right? Is it wrong? It's neither of those things. That's the way.
Well, he's so recognizable because of that big hat.
Yes.
You know, he got the bad end of the deal.
He's got a great hat and a great beard. Probably the father of the awesome beard, I would say. But now we have to cancel fucking Lincoln because David Hogg got corrected by a bunch of no-name nobodies telling him, "Oh, Lincoln actually wasn't great to the Cherokee people." Like, who fucking cares? It's 100-something years ago. Let's focus on the positives here, and let's not, like, cancel everybody, and let's not goddamn fucking apologize for every little thing that we do. Jesus Christ, David Hogg. I didn't take you seriously to begin with. I take you less seriously now. Kiss my ass, bitch.
I mean, I think that, like, our two issues are very similar in the sense that it's like it's pure just like reductionism just to like to one single point, and it's just like you're talking about with the fall of the Roman Empire, for instance, like hundreds of years. You know, with Abraham Lincoln, it's like his entire presidency was the Civil War. Like, the Civil War ended and he died. Like, that was it. He just he was a wartime president. That was it. And it's like, he did a lot of things that were good and bad, but to boil it down to one point is just like, I don't know. You didn't take a history class,
right? I mean,
anybody?
Do we have to do this with every single president or every hero we've ever had? I mean, can't we just have heroes and leave them be? I mean, things happen the way they happen. That's the past. Let's leave it there and let's move forward.
Also, quite literally, people try to cancel Batman for being rich.
Right.
A superhero.
What's next?
What powers does he have?
Superman?
Being rich and smart.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
So what's your punishment for these folks?
No, God, I just wish.
Well, for David Hogg.
Yeah, David Hogg. I don't want anybody paying him attention anymore. I just want him to go away. I know that doesn't sound harsh, but this dude lives for attention. That's all he wants. I want to take all of that away. He can't tweet anymore. He can't have a public persona. He has to dig ditches or some shit. Just go away. Go away.
You're going to deplatform him?
Yes.
He's got to be a normal boy.
I'm going to cancel him. That's
Pinocchio
right.
style.
David Hogg has a right, because we live in a society, right, where we have free speech. He has a right to say all the stupid things he wants.
Yeah.
And I have a right to not read or listen to him. But if we are punishing him, I would like to take away his access to that.
Take away his toys.
I know, I'm a hypocrite now. God damn it.
Yeah. We've done worse on this show. The whole point of this show is hypocrisy. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We're hypocrites. We love it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I got a 2 minutes of hate. This one is actually right in line with what you guys were talking about. People on Twitter who use that little 7 in a circle next to their display name. It looks like
that's the same thing. Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. So, you ever see this on Twitter? Like, there's this specific character. I don't know how to find it on the keyboard, but if you copy and paste it and put it next to your display name, it looks like you're verified.
Really?
No joke. I've never done this, but I've thought about doing it because I looked at it. I looked at someone that did it, and I was like, it looks like you're verified, but you're not.
Maybe I should do
that. Maybe I should do that.
I would absolutely do that.
Maybe I should do that right now as you're talking.
I did steal this content. Nico with the C does say that I did steal that. That's fine. A lot of things we steal on the show. The show's we stole this freaking country. Am I right, Ren?
Yeah, I know. We stole it from the natives. We're all terrible. We all deserve to get canceled.
So I'm just paying it back. I'm saying that people. We're all afraid of the check marks. Oh, I'm sorry, that is a slur. The people with the verified symbol next to their name. You get this when you work for Vice, basically. And sometimes there's people going around parading on Twitter, acting like they're BuzzFeed employees, and they're not. Makes me sick.
Yeah, me too.
You're fucking copying it in your name right now, you sick fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Copying.
No, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, people who do this.
Oh
man, I guess I better be careful on this one, don't I?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, people who do this, they gotta be zeros on the attractive scale.
I don't know, because I just did it, and look at this picture of me with this mustache here.
I know
good.
Your dear friend Nick.
I'm at least a 7.
He took some great photos of us, some nice headshots. We never talked about that, did we?
I don't think we did. Those are our new promo photos. If you look at our Twitter headline. What do you call it? The
header banner?
Yeah, the Twitter header or the Twitter banner. Our good friend Nick at 800 South Photography.
Wait, let's make sure I get this right. I don't want to send people off to the wrong guy.
Look at you guys with
make us
promo pics. That's awesome. Good for you.
The Canberra in the chat. Thank you. So very photogenic. See, the account is.
I just put my new name in the chat. Officer Grant with 7 around it.
Fuck you. Yeah, the account is 800 South Photography on Instagram. We took some beautiful photos of us in
check it out.
Scenic Neo-Chicago.
Very talented dude. Give his page a follow anyway.
Somebody was like, how'd you get those pictures taken? I'm like, what do you mean?
With a photographer. Idiot.
No, he's like, no, I mean, because there's no cars in the street. How did you I think he was under the assumption that we blocked off traffic for them. Oh man, and we just stood in traffic and waited till.
Well, we stood on medians.
Yeah. And the medians, yes. It was all trick photography.
Yeah.
We tricked you.
Just like the movies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Movie magic. So yeah, you turned into an ugly sack of shit.
I don't want to be ugly.
Well, then take his 7 out of your name.
I will in a couple weeks.
Okay. So move right along here. If you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, if this is your first time, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, and then we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often quite unusual punishment. So let's begin. Baby nuts.
Fuck you.
God damn
it.
You called that one.
I fucking called it. I called it right away.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that they killed the fucking peanut guy, I was like, they're just going to reboot him as fucking a baby. Yep. They're just going to do it. They're going to bring him. There's Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda's feuding with Baby Groot right now. There's a bunch of babies on my television all the time. They're going to turn the Planters peanut guy into a baby. Why else would they kill him off? I called it right away, and it happened.
On the world stage, the Super Bowl. I mean, the big game.
The big game.
Zwick, bleep that.
Bowl. So I get this global news article that I pulled up. I mean, that's basically the crux of it, I think, is that I'm right, everybody else is wrong.
Feels good to be right.
I'm big, you're small. I'm smart, you're dumb.
Yeah.
I wish I had more to offer you guys. I'm sorry. I missed a lot of the and a lot of the commercials because I couldn't stop cooking shit for my family. I don't know what. It was weird. It was a weird Sunday. I was like, I tried to watch the Super Bowl and I kept having to make dinner or snacks and stuff. So I missed most of that. But I do have plenty to say. I
didn't see a single minute of it.
Oh, good. I have plenty to say for your next story. So I did see that part.
Cool. I had like 20 people over, and I watched like five minutes. Shut up! I watched 5 minutes cumulatively of it. I saw the halftime show. I saw the kickoff, and I think probably the end. I don't know. I was drunk the whole time.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking like 5 minutes total. It's more about the getting together and the being around people.
Yep, totally, man.
God damn it!
Just kidding, dude.
So
I wouldn't have come if you invited me.
It was people from
Great,
work, Kevin.
thanks.
Jesus Christ. Get off
I
the guy.
feel valued.
We do work together.
Oh.
We make like.
This is a different enterprise. This is
Yeah.
I'm talking about my day job.
Yeah, I hear you.
Where I take off the mask and I go into a normal work and I bag groceries, figuratively speaking.
Yeah.
So there's
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. Just let me get to the story. So the baby nut, here's my victory dance, and it's a video of him dancing, and he says, "Not that I practiced."
Ooh.
So the whole thing is just baby talks.
Ooh, I hate him.
People are pointing out that it's
Kool-Aid
I want
Man's
to
in the
fucking
commercial.
kill him so bad.
Mr. Clean.
yeah.
God, I hate this prick.
Here's a good post by a guy on Twitter. He says, rank them. Baby Groot, Baby Yoda, Baby Nut. How about you shut the fuck
That
up?
guy's brain is literally made of candy. He has no internal monologue. He has nothing.
Baby Nut, why do you start twerking during the live stream? And it's just a close-up of his ass.
Well, they're sexualizing him? They turned him into a baby and they're sexualizing him?
When you're looking for a snack, hashtag Baby Nut. Which, I gotta say, Baby Nut is sounds bad.
Yeah.
Couldn't have picked a worse name.
Yeah. It was a baby nut, baby. Sorry. We'll try again next time.
Again, I feel so horrible for our friend Luke Taylor, originally canceled by Vice, or not by Vice, because of Vice, for threatening to kill the Planters Peanut. I'm sure he would have never threatened to kill him or attempt to kill the Peanut character if he knew that this would happen. This is just disgusting.
This is corporate marketing at its finest.
Did you guys see this tweet from down here? It says Monday morning when the advertisement department didn't think hashtag baby nut all the way to completion. And it's that side staring monkey.
Yeah. Fuck.
Good stuff.
Sucks, man.
I don't know what else to say about it.
Just stop. It's okay, man. It just sucks.
Lakember in the chat brings up a good point. He says, why'd they change the name to Baby Nut? The original wasn't Mr. Nut.
They're asking for trouble.
I bet the CEO of Planners is like a pedophile or something. He's probably in the Epstein logs.
Well, you got to look at where he sends his donations to, what political organization, or how woke he is. And it turns out, oh, yeah, a lot of those weirdos.
Probably Pete Buttigieg. Yeah. Fucking asshole.
I mean, what's the punishment here? We just classic style kill him?
I think he has to Benjamin Button in reverse. He has to grow up.
So you're saying that he already Benjamin Button once?
More or less, yeah.
And now he just has to...
He has to reverse the
go
process.
the other way. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, does that make sense?
Yes.
As much sense as it can make, sure.
All right. Speaking of as much sense as it can make, did you guys see the Super Bowl halftime show?
I certainly
Didn't
did.
see a single second.
Rem, you said you saw it.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Man, oh my God. Like, it was, first of all, jokes aside, it was a great performance, right? Shakira and J-Lo, fantastic. Lip synced or not, I stood there and I watched the whole thing, not just because they were shaking their asses, but because it was a good performance. Next thought I had was...
Jeb Bush liked it.
Yeah, we've come a long way since wardrobe malfunction, 15, 16 years ago now? Because... okay, lots of words here, because I was going to talk about this on Rich Dickman tomorrow. But we're in a weird time in society where don't objectify women. Looking at women the wrong way is a microaggression, or it's even sexual assault. Don't victim shame, all that other shit, right? But then here you go. You have Shakira crawling all over the stage, shaking her gorgeous ass, and you have J-Lo on a stripper pole, also shaking her gorgeous ass. And we are left to wonder, wait a second, this is very sexy, but I don't know how to respond to this. I would like to say these women look great, but if I do so, I am going to be accused of being some sort of weird misogynist or sexual predator or deviant. I don't know. I don't know how to respond. It's very confusing now. When Janet Jackson's titty came out back in 2004, the whole world was in an uproar. How dare this happen? The Republicans wanted to censor everything, and the Democrats wanted to, no, free speech for everybody. 16 years later, it's the other way around. It's the Democrats want to censor everybody for everything, and the Republicans saying, oh no, free speech for everybody. I am so confused. Kinda, but I don't know how to react to these things anymore. I'm very afraid to talk about it and say, wow, they looked great. Because all of a sudden, what were you looking at? Why were you staring at their ass? Why were you trying to look up their skirt? I know she spread her legs on television, but what were you doing? Why, and I'm watching the halftime show and my kids are next to me, right? I'm standing there watching it because I'm enthralled, and my daughter walks up, hey daddy, what are you watching? I'm like, I'm watching these women sing songs. They're singing songs and they're putting on a great show. Look at them dance. They're doing great. All the while I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? Very confusing.
Well, I definitely think that there's, at the very least, we've come a long way in terms of there's a little more diversity of opinion on it. Like when you're saying the thing about like the Democrats and the Republicans, like, I've seen people on both sides just be like, yeah, what's the big deal about any of it, which I fully agree with. Like, I don't know. It reminds me of the fucking what's her name? Nancy Pelosi ripping up the fucking President Trump speech. And it's just like, I don't care, man. I don't care about anything anymore. And like, what's my opinion is that I don't have an opinion, and so insofar as there's a Super Bowl halftime show where there's two half naked 50-year-old broads that are up there,
excuse me,
they look like they're in their 30s.
It'd be nice.
Like I said, rounds up to 50. It's like, it's like, it's not porn. Like there were some people that are like, how could you put this on TV? And it's like, what do you care?
Yeah.
So one of the examples that I have brought up, and like I've seen this more or less sort of maybe the sentiment echoed, but not to as far as this guy has sort of brought it to. But there's this article by the Daily Caller.
This is good.
Yeah, Ohio pastor Dave Daubenmeier threatens to sue NFL. Says watching halftime show put him at risk of going to hell.
That guy,
that's a good point.
Can get fucked. Yeah. Fuck that guy.
but we're laughing, but he's right,
Yeah. Or I saw what's his name, Charlie Kirk tweeted something out that was along the lines of like, oh well, the NFL is trying to put a stop to like sex trafficking, and yet they have two women twerking on stage. And it's like, do you think that like two women that are dancing is the same as like turning a person into a sex slave?
It's exactly the same.
Like, it's exactly the same.
I wish people would.
Boys, can we just play some football?
Yeah. Why are we trying to put the NFL on some sort of pedestal? It's a game where very violent people do violent things to each other. All right. You're not practicing football.
Slam into each other's heads at 50 miles an hour and get CTE and kill each other.
It's not a gentle game.
I want to see more of that.
Right. And we're surprised when these guys are beating their wives or whatever, and then we try to pretend it doesn't happen. I mean, listen, when you grow up, your entire life is hit that motherfucker, hit him as hard as you can. That has an effect on you. All right. Let's just be honest here.
Yeah.
So, the NFL is no paragon of virtue. We just need to be honest with the NFL is. It's a bunch of guys hitting each other very hard for our entertainment. So let's throw some sexy women in there as well. Why not?
The NFL also does that fucking breast cancer awareness month where they give $0, a multi-billion-dollar organization gives $0 to help people that have breast cancer, but they make all the uniforms pink.
They wear pink.
Yeah, I mean, insofar as anybody cares about any sort of social matter on a grand scale, they're all full of shit. Yep. None of these people give a shit about any of it. Just like me, except I'm better than them.
Grant, you and I, we I don't know about Kevin, right? But I don't give a shit about a lot of stuff too, but I have opinions. So we are rare breeds.
Kevin's got a toothpick in his mouth and he's leaning away from the microphone.
No.
So
did you hurt his feelings?
No, he's vibing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just chilling.
He's just chilling.
Cool, man.
Sorry, go on with your thought.
I forget. I don't remember anymore. It's not important.
Oh well. Punishment time.
Yeah. Punishment time.
Well, who are we punishing?
I mean, we have to. I think we have to punish Shakira and J-Lo. You know, while the Super Bowl was playing and I was like belligerently drunk
with your friends,
with my friends, all my closest friends and allies. I kept yelling like. So I started this during the halftime show. I yelled out, "Hey, who's winning, Shakira or J-Lo?" And people are like, "Ha ha ha!" And then I did that the rest of the game. And there was one sort of like bitchy woman. I won't say what her name is. I won't dox anybody, but she was like the play started back up again. It was the fourth quarter, and I was like, "Hey, is Shakira winning or is it J-Lo?" And she's like, "Could you stop saying that?" Oh, it's not funny.
Karen put you in her place, man. Good for her.
the real Karen. The real life Karen.
Yeah.
It was her in my apartment.
As punishment for
Shakira. Real quick, Grant, did you start crying?
No, okay. I did it more just to piss her off. It worked.
Sorry, Ramo, what were you saying?
I said punishment for the two of them should be to spend a weekend with me. So that's punishment.
Okay.
That is punishment.
I don't think they wanted to do porn, my friend.
I don't say anything about porn.
That you're...
Well,
that's your game. I know you're trying to get into.
Nobody needs to film anything. we could just sing songs and dance.
I mean, that sounds like fun. Yeah. Why don't we do one more story?
Okay.
Anybody have any preference? We have Trump and Death Note. We have an all-female an all-female social network, and we have Dumbledore is the first gay character mentioned in the impeachment trial.
Let's talk about the female social network and how do we get in there? How do we sneak in?
So, what do you guys like to do when you get home from work?
Hide in my room, go to
think
sleep.
about work.
My favorite thing is to let the girls out. And they're out. And they're on this new social network called Giggle. Have you guys heard of Giggle? This is like, no. I think this happened today as of recording.
Nope, this is the first time.
Have you heard of Giggle?
I've heard of Google, but no, not Giggle. I can't say.
So I don't know if too much information has come out yet, but this is from my favorite news website, thedailypretty.com. It says, introducing Giggle, an exclusive all-girls social networking app.
In no way will that be corrupted at all.
Girls... No, it won't be. There will be nothing that goes wrong in this story. It's just a fun place for girls to just take their bras off when they're done with work and chill out and crack open a cold one.
Did you see they made a new word? Giggle means it's a collective noun for a group of girls. So a group of girls are now called a giggle.
Like a gaggle of geese, but a giggle? Right. Is that why it's called this?
Know. What the fuck?
Jesus.
That's crazy.
So this marketing image they put out, Giggle is designed to give girls choice, control, and connection. Whether it is finding a roommate, a running buddy, a gig, or simply someone to confide in and receive emotional support from, girls can do this on Giggle. You picked this one. You decided this. This is your punishment. In reality, this entire show is just punishment for us, you know, if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, sure, we have to punish all these people, but who's punishing us is them in return. It's sort of like the second law of thermodynamics, if you think about it.
I'm sorry,
I like to stay informed.
Or the second law of conservation of energy. Who gives a shit what it's supposed to be?
Tell me more about Giggle.
Did you even know the law?
So here's the thing about Giggle. Here are some of the key features and benefits of Giggle, and this is where it gets very, very interesting. Gender verification while onboarding. It's just a simple selfie, and you're on your way.
Oh my God.
Yep. So you take a selfie, and this piece of technology says whether or not you're a woman. So,
this is going to fall like the Roman Empire.
I think they forgot the year we're living in.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you see this?
So a group of no, you go ahead.
What is your favorite famous giggle Shiro and why? And my favorite Shiro of all time is Eleanor Roosevelt. Oh man!
Because it's like the word hero, but it's with she. Shiro.
Grant. It's different.
That's good.
Yeah, we're gonna make up new words.
It's funny.
Yep.
That's good. It's very good. Mm-hmm. So, a group of, very vocal activists saw this right away and said, hey, what the fuck? Because obviously, if you're, for instance, a trans woman, there was a certain quote that I saw on here that I'm not seeing in this article. If you guys want to talk, maybe I can try and find it.
Yeah.
It had something to do with like the bone structure of like what your face looks like if you're a woman.
Oh, how dare they? How dare they bring science into this? Just getting away from the whole trans thing.
So, Rem, how are we going to sneak in? How are we going to sneak into the virtual girls' locker room?
Listen, I'm sure you can selfie a picture of a woman and use it there, right? Because it's an AI. It's looking.
Yeah, could we just Google a picture of a girl and like use that?
Yes.
Maybe.
I mean, is it a live selfie or can you upload a photo?
How would they know?
Exactly.
All right, so I got the quote. It says, "Why is biometric gender verification software used to access Giggle? The aim is to create a safe and secure platform for girls. Biometric gender verification software ensures that those within the platform are verified as girls. This involves a quick 3D selfie that performs a quick study of the person's bone structure to determine the female gender. It's science, just like what archaeologists do with mummies.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it doesn't verify trans girls, but we can help you at Giggle HQ. Contact us at us here."
See, there you go, Kevin. There's your way in. Oh, hey guys, what's the reaction if somebody just invents the app of Maggle, right? A social network just for men, right? It's a horrible thing. It's a misogynistic. It's terrible. And how dare you not include everybody?
It already exists. It's called Reddit.
Oh. There you go. You already have Grindr.
Yeah. Grindr, where me and the boys all go to hang out.
Yeah. This whole shit is just driving me crazy.
Ember says, he says, if I had the app, I'd make all the girls send me pictures of their genitals for verification. Again, I don't know. I don't care about this.
Yeah.
I just decided.
Yeah. Just now you just decided.
Yep. I got the information. Don't care.
Well, so what do we punish?
If we go outside the box here, we can punish this one by just letting it be and letting it burn up in their faces. And once they get the ACLU involved and all the lawsuits with the trans people, they'll have their own form of punishment doled out.
I got one as well.
Yeah.
What killed Facebook?
The fall of the Roman Empire.
Or what brought that on? The old people.
Yes.
Bring in the old people to post all the pictures of minions and all this other dumb bullshit, and nobody will want to be on Giggle anymore.
I have a counterexample. What killed Google Plus?
Old people?
I don't know.
British
Nothing.
Empire.
It just went away.
Oh.
It just nobody used it.
The Google Empire.
Do you remember we have a mutual friend that was actually on the show once, and he was like, "Yeah, you guys should sign up for Google Plus. It's basically the new Facebook, but it's better."
2
and
years.
He tried to get everyone to sign up for Google Plus.
2 years he did this.
Classic.
I can imagine a bunch of people trying to sign up for a Giggle and then uploading pictures of their penis. It's their verification photo just to be assholes. Because, that's what guys do.
Well,
Mine
can we
as
just
well.
can we just say the word of the week this week is giggle? Group of women.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have a different word of the week. We could do
Let's say it
we could
because
do the two genders because this is very actually no, it's not related. Go ahead.
We'll save it. We'll put it in the bank because sometimes you get to the end of the episode and you're like, "Whoops, didn't have one."
Yeah, it's in there. It's in the bank.
Well, let's give our key to the city this week.
Yeah.
Grant, you got one here.
Why do I have to go first for all these?
Because you know what I just talked about? How you get to the end of the episode and you realize you didn't do it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That just happened to me. So why don't you talk for a minute? I'll be
All right. All right. My key to the city this week goes to Larry King. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but Larry King was on the Dave Rubin show. Do you guys know who Dave Rubin is?
Yep.
He's a very silly man. He was doing like a live stream, I guess, I think it was a live stream of like the Trump impeachment hearings or something. And he just took a phone call in the middle of the show for like 3 minutes, like right in the middle of it.
Samsung.
And it's ringing right now.
Hello?
And he just picks it up.
Hey, Cannon, where are you?
And look at here, I'll full screen this.
You don't have a game
Look
today.
at Dave Rubin's, like, look at his mannerisms.
He's doing exactly what I would do. Just go with it.
Take a sip of water.
Coming Saturday.
The thing that I find that's funniest, he like whispers to him. He's like,
Oh, Larry, it's great.
That's what you say. Larry, tell him I said hi.
the thing that I think is funniest throughout this entire thing is Dave Rubin comes from like a comedy background. Like he's more a comedian than like a political pundit.
I've seen his stand-up comedy. It was horrible.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying that's his background. And he can't fucking play off of this. Like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there like in his seat just fucking like twiddling his thumbs, taking multiple drinks of water.
His stupid smile on his face.
He can't.
He wants to do his own podcast.
I'll bring him in.
He's going to be 20 years old. I'll bring him here. He's a great kid.
This rules.
Tonight I'm trying to...
Look at his body language. He's stiffened up.
Yeah, he's completely stiffened up. Guy's got no fucking improv chops.
The night before your doubleheader.
Like, this is so easy. Dave Rubin, grab the phone, talk to the guy.
Both games.
Tackle it.
Tell him to put him on speaker.
Yes.
Okay, I'll be there.
He also he's wearing a jacket, and he also has a jacket on the back of his chair, which is very confusing to me.
Talk to you tomorrow. What?
That Rubin Report sign looks like something I would put up in my office.
The Dodgers or no?
No, what?
No, what?
Dodgers got Mookie Betts and David Price.
Today? The Dodgers got Mookie Betts and David Price
And
today.
you can see on his face, he's realizing this is not going to be short.
Just like complete disregard for the man's entire platform. Amazing.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So key to the city goes to Larry King.
Wow.
Okay, I do have one of my own, too. I found
Yeah.
it. This is not... I don't take this lightly. This is Mondo Mascots on Twitter, at Mondo Mascots.
All
It
right.
is the weird, wonderful world of Japanese mascots. It's a great account.
Oh,
You can
surprising.
follow it. They have all kinds of hilarious ones. So here's a guy with a toilet for a head.
Oh, wow.
He's a mascot for a toilet disinfectant company.
Right.
Connie Bucho is an office boss with an entire crab for a head.
Do they have a baby peanut?
I don't think they do. See, they're classy over there. They're not fucking
Okay.
baby nut pervert shit.
No, just a guy with a toilet for a head.
Yeah. See some other good ones here. There's a gold mine here. I mean, you scroll through, they're all great.
Yeah. What's the handle again?
At Mondo Mascots.
Check it out, folks.
Oh, there's a chicken who's supposed to be a balding 41-year-old.
Oh, okay. That's good. Any others?
You just go to the account.
Yeah. Check that out.
Find it yourself.
Rem, do you have a key to the city this week?
I do. I would like to give my key to the city to factcheck.org. The headline here is comedian Sam Hyde is not behind the spread of the coronavirus. Just a quick take is a post on Facebook falsely claims comedian Sam Hyde is responsible for the spread of the new coronavirus. Researchers are still working to determine the source of this latest coronavirus, though evidence suggests it was first transmitted to humans from an animal. So it was not Sam Hyde who started who's spreading the coronavirus around China and the world. It was we're still trying to determine. So thank you, factcheck.org, for checking those facts and letting us all know that Sam Hyde is definitely not behind any of this. Because I was I don't know about you guys, but I was certainly concerned. I like Sam Hyde's comedy, and I would hate to know that he is responsible for deaths of what they say is 500, but potentially 24,000. I don't know if you guys have seen any of this stuff from 4chan. I try not to be on 4chan too much because it's crazy, but you can't ignore some of it. Is that and just while you guys were talking, I was trying to find the source. I can't right now, so I'm really, really sorry. But I did see something where they were doing a whole bunch of math and satellite images from smoke and all this shit, and they've determined that the amount of pollutants or whatever put in the air is the equivalent of 24,000 bodies that they've cremated in China. So, thank you, Sam Hyde, for not being behind any of that.
I'm glad to see him branching out from the school shooting.
Yeah, right.
Finally. I mean, to be honest, that was kind of getting old. And I'm glad that he's being blamed for something else that's not related to that.
Still using that same picture, though.
Yeah, this is the picture of him with the gun.
Oh boy! They even factcheck.org even said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different sources to confirm that Sam Hyde is not behind the coronavirus. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Still don't know who.
We'll find that son of a bitch someday.
Rem, where the hell can we find you? Where can we listen to your program? Give us all the details.
Oh man, that was super aggressive, but thank you. You can find me. We have a website. It's richdickman.com for all your Rich Dickman needs. You go ahead and click the merch tab. Get yourself a shirt because we have some cool shirts. One of them says "Eat the Rich." And gentlemen, you know it is election season, and show your pride for eating rich people. And get yourself an Eat the Rich t-shirt. But yes, we release the Rich Dickman Show. It's every Saturday is when the episode does come out. Episode 93 we'll be recording tomorrow night. I don't know. I don't want to give away the dates. I'm sorry. But yeah, we'll be releasing it. You can find we're on all podcast apps. Okay. The Rich Dickman Show. And you can find us on Twitter at Rich Dickman Show. And I am at Rem Dickman on Twitter as well. And Twitter's the best place to get a hold of us. We don't do the Facebook thing. I quit Facebook several months ago. I just use it to stalk people like my hairstylist. And
awesome.
Yeah. richdickmanshow@gmail.com if you want to get into the, I don't know, I'm doing my normal plug thing from the end of my show. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, richdickman.com. The NFHC guys, they bought richdickmanshow.com last year, and then it finally expired. But we bought our own. We have our own, richdickman.com.
Well, congratulations.
Glad to see you finally got that back.
Yeah, thanks. Actually, no, we just had to buy, when they shamed me into buying it because when we did this podcast, I did a podcast from 2012, 2014, many years ago, a Warcraft themed podcast. And then I took some time off and I came back and I was, instead of having people do the website and stuff for me like we had before, I had to do it all myself. And I didn't know there was a whole difference between using a WordPress site with the WordPress in the address versus not having it. So when they got a hold of it, they really made me feel bad about myself and I had to reevaluate a lot of my life choices. So we went in and went ahead and got rid of the WordPress part. So yeah, richdickman.com. I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from.
At least you got that. We're still waiting for thoughtcops.com to fucking be less than $2,000 to fucking purchase.
Jesus Christ, it's $2,000?
That's how much it goes for, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. I think a Rich Dickman show is like $17. That's too much.
We'll get it one day.
One day. Just keep plugging that Patreon, you guys. You do a good stuff here. Hey, thank you two, for having me on. This was fun. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
It's always fun.
We should have had you on a while ago, but,
That's okay, man. I'm just happy to...
scheduling.
I'm just happy to hang out. I'm just happy to hang out with some cool people. And, a place where people, like-minded people like us can get on and get angry about things we see on the internet. Because let's be honest, the internet is a terrible, terrible place, and it has completely ruined society and the world at whole. And the more we can do to shame the internet and get people away from it, the better, I think. Right? Even though we live on the internet. and everything good.
Yeah, I was going to say I'd be advocating to shut it down, but I am addicted. So
yeah.
Well, if the internet was a city, you wouldn't want to visit that city. It'd be like Detroit in the 80s. You'd just be like, yeah, I don't want to go there.
Or Wuhan.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now.
You can get there for like $200 round trip. It's a great time to go if you're looking for value.
I'm glad that you can get there. I'm glad that that's an option.
But you can't get out. You get there and you're never getting out.
Yeah.
My God, like the world's ending, you two. We gotta just love and live and have fun because it's all coming down. Jesus.
Exactly.
Eat, love, pray.
Exactly. And if you want to show us some love, give us a call 312-788-7361 or send us an audio file at thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Hey, let's listen to something we got today.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Hello there. First time. that part's kind of dumb, but I wanted to touch on Papa John Schnatter. I've met him twice, and both times he looked like a wax museum version of himself, but the first time was definitely the most memorable because I went to headquarters for some stupid training, and after lunch, lo and behold, Papa was in the house. He came into the room, and he was super awkward the first time, but he cleared his throat and said, "Excuse me." And he sounded just like that, like he didn't really want to commit to it, but he wanted to say it with some authority. And immediately half the room turned towards him. But the facilitator, she didn't hear him, and she just kept prattling on, right? And so a second time he clears his throat and says, "Excuse me." And the other half of the room at this point, everyone in the room is turned and facing, looking at him. But the facilitator still hasn't realized what's happening. So then for a third time, he clears his awkward-ass throat. And he says, "Excuse me." And he sounded just like Dolores Umbridge from the fifth Harry Potter movie. And that time she finally whipped around and found her glowering at her. And she looked really shaken and all the color went out of her face immediately. So then John gave a little speech about the training we were doing and he left the room. And 15 minutes later, a new person enters and whispers something to the facilitator. And she immediately started crying, right? And she quickly left the room. And I can only assume that John had her and her entire family turned into beef crumble. Also, I think that Rich Dickman needs to pay Rim. Hashtag pay the man. Peace.
Pay the man. Thanks, Randy.
All right, good times.
Beef crumble. What a way to go.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, that sucks.
Hey guys, it's Brandon. I'm calling back to let you know about my 2-episode arc of supporting eugenics each time.
Jesus.
I do want to clarify.
I told you this
is very racist. I'm not supporting certain people being sterilized.
Right.
I think all humans should be dead. I don't know if you've seen what it's up to, but it's a bunch of bullshit. And I'm looking forward to when cockroaches eventually evolve into sentient species and do a better job. Also, favorite anime would probably be Paranoia Agent, so I just did start watching Mob Psycho 100 to be up there. Recommend that. Current favorite, though, not all-time favorite, is Demon Slayer. If you haven't watched that shit, get on it. Don't be an idiot. And, hey, kill the human race. That's what I always say. What's wrong with that?
He does always say that.
Love you guys.
See ya. He didn't flush a toilet at the end of that one, I noticed.
Yeah, typically he does leave those while dumping. So, move it up.
All right, NicoVM.mp3, gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Hey, I don't even have anything to say.
Yes, we got her.
It's bad enough that
USA.
we have the Marvel movies that are basically just propaganda for the U.S. military-industrial complex. That's bad enough. And now marketing agencies are taking a page from Shinzo Abe, and they're fucking trying to force us all to have kids. I fucking hate Mr. Baby Peanut.
Yeah.
Hate Baby Yoda. Hate all these fucking shitty baby marketing things. It's all fucking stupid. All of these baby mascots need to be, like, 4th trimester aborted. This is fucking awful. Go away, breeders.
Oh my god.
All right.
I don't know. I can't decide if it's like they want us to have babies or be babies.
Both.
I kind of think that they want us to be babies. I don't think that it's... Here's my conspiracy theory, okay? I think that it's the opposite of what she's saying. I think that they want us to not have babies, because if you look at, like, in the U.S. right now, I'm sure you've seen a news article that was like, more and more millennial couples aren't having children, they're adopting dogs. because dogs have like big eyes and they're cute and you take care of them and they're your little fur baby. I think that this is the same thing. I think it's a thing for you to look at and to fawn over without, reproducing.
Yeah, you know what? Babies are easy to control, right? Babies need things, so you buy things. So yeah, be babies. Don't have babies because those are expensive. But be babies. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
No, it makes sense, I think.
That's what they want, man. I want to bring back like those hippies from the 70s, but like now, like, that's what they want, man. They want to make you into a baby. Goo goo gaga. That's going to be you, bro, if you don't stop listening to the government.
But on the other hand,
Red man.
Baby Yoda is life. Please don't disparage the good name of Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda brought 8 weeks of happiness to me, and I can't wait to see him again in October. So, yeah.
I just started watching that show.
Oh, good.
See what I feel about it.
It's good at the end. It's good at the beginning, good at the end, middle kind of sucks.
Too much fucking hype for the baby, I just... Going into the show, I've seen all the memes, Again, shut the internet down. But don't.
Hey, if I wanted to see a baby, I'd visit my family more often.
There you go.
What are you saying?
Sam Hyde, save us.
Please.
On that note, thanks to everybody for listening and tuning in every week, whatever the hell we do.
Yeah.
You can leave your own voicemail, 312-788-7361, or send an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. We're here every week. We got some exciting stuff coming up, so stay tuned.
And if you want to be a part of the live show and listen in as we record these, patreon.com/thoughtcops and hit us with... No, I was thinking something else as I was saying it out loud. Patreon.com/thoughtcops and hit us with that $5 tier, and you can listen as we record it. So,
get in there.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah, that's right. $5 tier is the best tier.
That's it.
Not to be so aggressive here.
Well, a $10 tier is the best tier, but $5 tier is the second best.
You got to give them value, Grant. You got to give them value. Leave that one for the,
Oh, there's value.
Cool.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Because if you do the $10 tier, you also get the $5 tier. If you do the $10 tier, you get everything.
Oh, see?
Hey, this episode was free.
Yeah.
So consider that. See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.